Most people think confidence feels powerful. But honestly, real confidence usually feels quiet. It looks like sending the message even while your hands shake. Walking into the meeting even when your stomach feels tight. Speaking English, even when you know you might make mistakes. And maybe that's why so many people stay stuck now. Not because they are lazy. Not because they are incapable. Because somewhere along the way, they started believing every negative thought inside their head. Maybe you know that feeling too. You wake up already tired. You check your phone. You scroll through people who seem happier, smarter, more successful. And slowly, without noticing, your brain starts whispering dangerous things. You're behind. You're not ready. Other people are naturally better. You'll probably fail anyway. The scary part? Those thoughts don't sound dramatic. They sound normal. That's why they become powerful. Today's story is about someone who slowly learned how to stop fighting his own mind. And while you listen, you'll naturally improve your English step by step. Not through boring lessons. Not through grammar rules. But through emotion, repetition, and real-life language. So take a deep breath. Relax your mind. And let's begin. Ryan Mercer lived in a small apartment above a grocery store in Portland. Every morning looked almost identical. Coffee. Phone notifications. Cold shower. Train ride downtown. Same gray office building. Same quiet elevator music. From the outside, his life looked completely fine. He had a stable job. A decent salary. Good coworkers. But inside? Ryan constantly felt like he was failing at life. Not in a dramatic way. In a quiet way. The kind of feeling people hide. At work, he worked as a junior marketing designer for a small startup company. Most days, he sat quietly at his desk wearing headphones, fixing presentations and editing social media graphics. And honestly, he was good at it. But Ryan never believed that himself. Every compliment felt fake. Every mistake felt huge. Every meeting made him nervous. Especially meetings. Whenever his manager asked him to speak, his chest tightened immediately. His brain would suddenly become loud. Don't say something stupid. You sound awkward. Everyone here is smarter than you. So most of the time, he stayed quiet. One rainy Tuesday afternoon, Ryan stayed late at the office finishing a presentation for an important client. The building had become almost empty. The lights felt colder at night. Outside the windows, the streets were shining from the rain. Ryan stared at his laptop screen and sighed heavily. "This presentation is terrible," he whispered. He changed the same slide again. And again. And again. Different colors. Different fonts. Different images. Nothing felt good enough. Then suddenly, a voice behind him said, "You've changed that slide like 6 times." Ryan jumped slightly and turned around. It was Maya, one of the senior designers on the team. She was carrying a coffee cup and wearing a long dark coat, clearly about to leave. Ryan gave a nervous smile. "Yeah, it still looks bad." Maya walked closer and looked at the screen quietly. Ryan immediately felt uncomfortable. He expected criticism, correction, disappointment. But after a few seconds, Maya said something unexpected. "It actually looks clean." Ryan frowned. "No, it doesn't." She looked at him carefully. "Do you always talk to yourself like that?" That question caught him off guard. "What do you mean?" "You insult yourself before anyone else even has the chance." Ryan looked back at the screen. For a moment, he didn't answer. Because deep down, he knew she was right. Maya pulled a chair beside him and sat down. You know, she said softly, used to think confidence meant never doubting yourself. Ryan gave a small laugh. That sounds impossible. It is impossible, she replied. Then she took a sip of coffee and continued. Real confidence is trusting yourself even while you feel uncomfortable. Ryan stayed quiet. The rain tapped softly against the windows. You want to know something weird? Maya asked. Ryan nodded. Your brain believes repetition. He looked confused. What does that mean? It means the thoughts you repeat every day slowly become your reality. Ryan leaned back slightly. Maya pointed toward him. If you repeat, I'm awkward every day, your brain starts acting like it's true. She paused. But if you slowly start saying, I'm improving, I'm learning, I can handle this, your brain adapts to that too. Ryan crossed his arms. That sounds a little fake. Maya smiled. Positive thinking isn't pretending life is perfect. She leaned forward slightly. It's choosing thoughts that help you grow instead of thoughts that destroy you. That sentence stayed in Ryan's mind. Thoughts that help you grow, not destroy you. Before leaving, Maya stood up and grabbed her bag. Then she looked back at him and said, Tomorrow morning, try something small. Ryan raised an eyebrow. Like what? When your brain says, I'm not good enough, don't fight it aggressively. She smiled gently. Just answer, I'm still learning. Then she walked away. Ryan sat alone in the silent office. I'm still learning. The sentence sounded strange, almost uncomfortable. But for some reason, he kept thinking about it all night. The next morning, Ryan stood in front of his bathroom mirror half asleep. Same tired eyes, same messy hair, same heavy thoughts. And right on schedule, the negative voice appeared. You're already behind in life. Ryan looked at his reflection quietly. Then slowly, awkwardly, he answered, I'm still learning. The sentence felt weak, but also different. On the train ride to work, he repeated it again quietly. I'm still learning. Later that morning, during a team meeting, something stressful happened. Ryan's manager suddenly said, Ryan, can you walk us through the campaign ideas? Immediately, his heart started racing. Normally, this was the moment he mentally disappeared. But this time, something small changed. Instead of thinking, don't embarrass yourself, he thought, just explain one idea clearly. One idea. That's it. So Ryan took a breath and started speaking. His voice wasn't perfect. He stumbled once. He spoke slower than everyone else. But surprisingly, nobody laughed. Nobody looked annoyed. People actually listened. After the meeting, his manager stopped him near the hallway. Good job today, she said. You explained the audience strategy really clearly. Ryan blinked. Really? Yeah, she smiled. You should speak up more often. The old Ryan would have rejected the compliment immediately. She's just being nice. It wasn't actually good. But this time, he paused. Then, quietly inside his own mind, he repeated, I'm still learning. That week, Ryan started noticing something important. His thoughts affected everything. His energy, his posture, his conversations, even the way he walked into rooms. Negative thoughts made him physically smaller. But hopeful thoughts made him more open. Not instantly. Not magically. Slowly. One evening after work, Maya invited him to a small networking event downtown. Ryan almost said no immediately. Crowded room. Strangers. Conversations. Small talk. His worst nightmare. But Maya looked at him and smiled. Come on, you don't need to impress anyone. Ryan hesitated, then finally nodded. The event was held inside a modern rooftop cafe filled with warm lights and quiet music. People stood in small groups, talking casually about work, projects, travel, and life. At first, Ryan felt completely out of place. He grabbed a drink and stayed near the corner silently. You okay? Maya asked. Ryan laughed nervously. Honestly, not really. She nodded calmly. That's okay. Then she said something important. You don't need to become a different person tonight. Ryan looked at her. You just need one good conversation. One good conversation. Not perfection. Not transformation. Just one moment. A few minutes later, another designer named Ethan started talking to Ryan about photography. At first, Ryan answered carefully. Short sentences. Small responses. But then something surprising happened. The conversation became easy. Natural. They talked about cameras, travel, music, creative burnout, life in the city. And for the first time in a long time, Ryan stopped monitoring himself constantly. He simply existed in the moment. Later that night, while riding the train home, he stared out the window and realized something strange. Nothing extraordinary had happened. But internally, everything felt slightly different. Like his mind was finally loosening its grip. Over the next few months, Ryan continued practicing small mental shifts. Whenever his brain said, "You'll fail," he answered, "I can improve." Whenever fear appeared, he reminded himself, "Fear does not mean stop." Whenever perfectionism appeared, he repeated, "Done is better than perfect." Slowly, those sentences stopped feeling fake. They started feeling familiar. And familiar thoughts become believable thoughts. One afternoon, the company announced a major opportunity. They needed someone to present a marketing campaign to a potential national client. Big project. Big pressure. Big opportunity. Ryan immediately thought, not me. But before he could stay silent, Maya looked directly at him. You should do it. Ryan almost laughed. No chance. But Maya stayed serious. You're more ready than you think. That sentence stayed with him for days. More ready than you think. The presentation terrified him. He practiced constantly. At home. On lunch breaks. While walking outside. Some practice sessions went terribly. He forgot words. Lost focus. Spoke too quickly. One night, he became so frustrated he closed his laptop and whispered, I can't do this. The old fear returned hard. Strong. Loud. Convincing. But then he remembered something Maya once said. You don't build confidence before action. You build confidence through action. Ryan sat quietly for a long moment. Then slowly reopened the laptop. I'm still learning, he whispered. The day of the presentation arrived faster than expected. Large conference room. Bright screens. Professional suits. Serious faces. Ryan's hands felt cold. His stomach twisted nervously. Part of him wanted to run away immediately. But then he remembered. Fear does not mean stop. So he walked forward anyway. When his name was called, the room suddenly felt silent. Ryan stood in front of the audience and took one slow breath. For 1 second, his mind went blank. Then he started speaking. At first, his voice shook slightly. But after the first minute, something shifted. He focused on communicating instead of performing. One idea at a time. One sentence at a time. And slowly, he relaxed. The audience leaned forward, listening carefully. People nodded, took notes, asked questions. And when difficult questions came, Ryan didn't panic. Instead of pretending to know everything, he calmly said, "That's a great question. I'm still exploring the best solution there." And surprisingly, that honesty made him sound even more confident. After the presentation ended, the room filled with applause. Not explosive movie applause. Real applause. Professional. Respectful. Earned. Ryan walked out of the building later that evening feeling emotionally exhausted. But also lighter. Because for the first time in years, he trusted himself a little more. A week later, his company officially offered him a leadership role on the new client project. Not because he was perfect. Because he grew. And honestly, that changed Ryan more than the promotion itself. He still had anxious days. Still overthought things sometimes. Still doubted himself occasionally. But now, he understood something important. Negative thoughts are not commands. They are just thoughts. And thoughts can change. That realization changed his life slowly from the inside out. So if your own mind has been heavy lately, if you constantly feel behind, if fear keeps stopping you from speaking, trying, or growing, start smaller than you think. Not fake confidence. Not toxic positivity. Just one better sentence. I'm still learning. I can improve. I can handle discomfort. I trust myself to grow. Because sometimes the biggest life changes begin with the smallest internal shifts. And maybe that shift can start today. Now, let's learn a few useful words and expressions from today's story. Confidence. Confidence means believing in yourself and your ability to handle situations. Example. She spoke with confidence during the interview. Overthink. To overthink means to think about something too much in a stressful way. Example. I overthink small mistakes all the time. Burnout. Burnout is mental and emotional exhaustion caused by too much stress. Example. After working every weekend, he started feeling burnout. Opportunity. An opportunity is a good chance to grow or succeed. Example. This new job is a big opportunity for her. Speak up. Speak up means to share your thoughts more confidently. Example. You have great ideas. You should speak up more often. Now let's do a short shadowing practice together. Listen carefully. Then repeat out loud after me. I'm still learning. Fear does not mean stop. I can improve step by step. I do not need to be perfect. I trust myself to grow. One small change can change my life. Very good. Now, here's something I want you to think about today. What negative sentence do you repeat to yourself too often? And what new sentence could replace it? Write your answer in the comments. I really want to read it. And if this story helped you relax, reflect, or feel a little stronger today, save it for your next reset day. Subscribe to Silent Vocabulary for more English listening stories designed to improve your English and your mindset at the same time. See you in the next story.